Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs, and a few announcements before I do my project. Wednesday at the end of my video, I mentioned that there is new Last Chance products. They are, I believe, some of them are from the mini catalog, some of them are from online exclusives. So if you were wanting anything, it's while supplies last. And they also added some things to the celebration. So take a look on over there. I ordered a couple of things from the online exclusive that's coming up next month, and I will show you when I get them. Okay, so my box today measures 2.5 by 3.5 by 1. I call it a crisscross box. Some people call it a fry box, but I like to call it a crisscross box. And I'm using the Hearts and Hugs bundle. I thought it was this one that is on Last Chance, but it's the fluffiest one, not this one yet. All right, and the Unbounded Love dies for this scalloped oval. And I have to say, I was having a hard time because I really missed our scalloped circles a lot. I wish they never got rid of them. All right. What we need for this project is a piece of real red, 9.5 by 6, basic white to stamp. We need a piece of the most adored cardstock that is 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, and I put that in the back behind the candy. We need a strip of this pattern of that paper that is 8.5 by 1 3/4, and this is from Basic White. It's from the Unbounded Love dies. All right, let me get my Simply Scored. We're going to start on the 9.5 inch side. Score at 2.5, 3.5, 6, and 7. Turn it to the 6 inch side and score at 1.5 and 2.5. Okay, now fold and burnish all your score lines. Alright, so how I have this is there is a 1.5 strip on the bottom and 2.5 strips on this side. And this is what we're going to be doing. Alrighty, and I will show you. I think the way I do the sides is easier, but you might not. So you can decide which way you like better. Okay, so we're going to start over here. Go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, and take these 2 pieces off. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the rectangle, and wedge the square. Okay, go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the second score line. Take off the bottom rectangle and wedge the square. And then take these 2 pieces off. All right, for now, that's how your cardstock should look when we're done. Okay, now for this, we're going to need a ruler. So we're going to flip it over, and what we want to do is take this corner and bend it down to meet the score line. But what we're going to do to help it is I'm going to put this ruler right on that score line, and that will help it not go any farther than the score line. So bring it over to the score line here, and then use your bone folder to just make sure it stays. Okay, now some people will cut it, they'll make marks and then cut it. I just fold it over because it makes it a little bit more sturdy on there. Okay, now we'll do this side. Oops. I'm going to bring it over, my ruler over to that score line, and then we'll fold it, and the ruler won't let it go any farther than that score line. So get it where you want it, and then use your folder. Okay, and that's how it should look when we're done with that. Now we're going to glue these down so they don't get in our way. And then it's not just a raw edge that's right there. And you can hit it with your bone folder again, just to make sure that glue gets in there. And I'm going to use a tissue just to take it off. Now we're going to flip it over. This is the outside of the box. This was the inside. All right, and we're going to put glue on these two tabs. All right, and we're going to take the score line on the tab and match it with the side of this rectangle right here. All right, and then we'll connect the other tab to the other side of that rectangle. Okay, now we're going to push down this piece here, and I'm going to put some glue on there. All right, and then I'm going to pull down one side and make sure that it's flush to the bottom. All right, and then I'm going to put some more glue up to where this rectangle is up to. And fold, oops, a little too much that way. And then fold this over this way. And I put just a little too much glue on this side, so I'm just going to use a rubber eraser to get that off if I can. And just make sure that everything's nice and pushed together. And that's your box. All right, now we need our strip of DSP that is 8.5 by 1 3/4. And I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle in the front, and then it's going to go about 1/2 inch up. And then I'm just going to crease these where they're going to go. All right. And then take it off and make sure that your creases are straight. Then I'm going to put some glue on this middle piece, and I'm going to put it down where I want it, about 1/2 inch up from the bottom. Okay, and then some glue on the rest. Okay, now let's let that dry and we'll do our stamping. So we need our, I'm not sure what he is. I think he's a hamster. So I'm going to get some Tuxedo Black ink and stamp him on. And then I'm going to cut him out and I'll be right back. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the inside of his ears, his nose, and some cheeks with light bubble bath. And I'm only using light smoky slate. I made this one a little dark. This time I'm making it lighter. And I'm just going to go around the edges of his cheeks and the sides of his body here. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the rest with the light. Well, it's all light, but if these get too light, I'll add a little bit more of a layer. I'm going over the cheeks because then it just looks like a blush. All right. Yeah, I like him better a little bit lighter. And if you would like it to be a little darker on the sides, go over it again. All right. Now we need our... I forgot to mention, oops, I cut out the hearts. That's part of the dies. And we need 5. So before we put him on, I'm going to get my mat, if I can find it. Nope, I can't find it right now. So I'm just going to use a little piece of paper and put some glue on there. And I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on them. And I'm going to start at one side, kind of angle them down. And then put the middle one kind of overlapping those two. Alright, and 5 works out just great, I think. You could space him out on his hands a little more if you wanted to. Alright. Now, let's get some dimensionals. And we're going to put him right in the middle there. Alright, now we're going to get our box, and we're going to get some more dimensionals. And I'm going to put him, he's going to go over that V here just a little bit. I don't want him to go all the way to the bottom of the box, though. Put him right in the middle. Alright. And then I'm going to use, for the final touch, I'm going to use some of the pearl berries since I don't have cherry cobbler left. It's already off. And I'm going to put 2 up here. 1 down there. Alright, and I'll add a little shred. Now, I forgot to tell you what's in here is M&M's, Skittles, and Starburst. So I'll put a little bit of shred in there. Well, whichever mouse you like, or I don't think he's a mouse because there's a mouse on there. I think he's like a hamster. Alright, have a great day, weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Bye.